The exhibition is a celebration of one of the most fascinating and entertainment musical genres of all time, jazz. Photographer Ngoma KaMphahlele's Jazz Land takes you through the evolution of jazz music and its vibrant and eclectic scene we know and love today. From loving the genre, he steps into a world that tells the story of jazz through fashion, community and sensational audiovisual displays. And he joins us now in studio to let us in on this majestic world. Good morning. Welcome to Morning Live.
Yeah.
I mean, talk to us about Jazz Land. I'm excited purely because I don't think we've ever seen jazz, the story of jazz told in this way. Tell us a little bit about what inspired this.
Okay, thanks for having me. So where the story started, it started about 2 years ago. But the story to come alive, I was involved in a program at the Market for Workshop, which is an incubator program by the Department of Arts and Culture and the Market Photo Workshop. And then I had to come up with the concept. And then the program itself, it's focusing on more on the entrepreneurial side of photography, where you need to make money. And then what happened is that I had to come up with an idea or a concept. And then it started with my concept initially, it was more on fashion and music. So when I was going through the program, it ended up leading me to Jazz Land, which it started, as I said, 2020, where I was invited in a funeral and then in KaMphahlele. And then I took some pictures and then fast forward to 2023, when I was involved in the program. Now I had to dig deep to say, okay, I'm in the program, what I'm gonna do. So I went back to the stories that I've done, and then this one kind of stood out, and then that's when it started. Then I didn't know the jazz club by then. Yeah. And then I went back and then showed my interest to say, I'm a person who's making images, you know. Yeah. And then the old guys, you know, were kind of skeptical at the beginning. But eventually they gave me a chance, and then the rest is history, I would say. Yeah.
I see you also included a few jazz quotes in there. Why was that important for the entire project?
When I got to be part of the process with the Jazz Land, when they were having their sessions, there's this moment where the selector will play for the day, and then what will happen is like, he'll pass around the record, because most of the time they use LPs, and so he'll pass around the record, which means every time is a teachable moment, you know. And it kind of caught my attention, and it made me realize that there's this re-education happening. And then what made me to come up with these quotes is that every time when they express a certain excitement, you know, they'll quote a certain maybe artist or a writer to say, okay, this moment they align it to this, you know. So those quotes come from there.
And I see you're mentored by Mhlambi. I mean, that's a huge thing. I can imagine. Talk to us about how that meeting went about and how his knowledge, you know, has through your work, and how you see his mentorship through your work.
So it's an interesting one, because I didn't initially reach out to him. It was Mr. Sandile Memela. Right. So I was interested because I went through his Facebook page and I was going through, and then I was interested to say, hey, I want to meet this guy, you know. I met Mr. Sandile Memela and I told him my interest. And then he told me that, you know, I'm not the right person, you know, but I've got this guy, you know, and he arranged that I would meet Ubabus Piwe. And then when I met Ubabus Piwe, it was a moment for me to understand the importance of photography, you know, how he explains himself, how he has carried himself throughout the years he's been involved in the industry, you know. And as a photographer himself, how he has helped me through the mentorship. He has opened up an eye, because I was never in a jazz, the
space.
No, the festival, Jazz, Jazz. Right. So because of him, I went there, and then I got to understand certain elements that the music it's beyond those moments, you know. And then the importance of archiving.
Yeah.
So that's one of the elements that I've learned from him. And it has assisted me in developing the work to say, with Jazz Land, that element of archiving is very heavy. It's very alive on this project. So meeting him and Ubabu Memela, they've assisted me to kind of being aware of where we're coming from, and specifically Ubabu Mhlambi, how he has used his photography to interpret his times and to archive his work.
All right, Ngoma, thank you so much for talking to us. Good luck with this project. Ngoma KaMphahlele talking to us about Jazz Land and his love for the genre and the exhibition.